Robyn Brown reveals why sister wives fell apart. Kody fears for their marriage. Being part of a plural marriage has never been easy, especially when it involves four partners trying to build one united family. In a world where maintaining a single marriage is already a challenge, the Browns of Sister Wives defied the odds for years, juggling complex emotions, responsibilities, and relationships. But even the strongest bonds can unravel, and that's exactly what happened with Kody Brown's once seemingly unbreakable family. In a recent episode of Sister Wives, Robyn Brown, Kody's only remaining wife, opened up about what she believes caused the collapse of their plural marriage. Her reflections came amid ongoing tensions and growing emotional distance, not just between Kody and his ex-wives, but also between Robyn and the rest of the family. Robyn didn't shy away from addressing the deep-rooted issues that plagued the Browns long before Christine, Janelle, and Meri left the family within a 13-month window, from November 2021 to January 2023. According to Robyn, one of the core reasons their plural marriage disintegrated was a breakdown in communication and trust, which led to toxic patterns of interaction between the wives. "I felt like when the family was together, there was unfair fighting happening," Robyn shared. "It wasn't about resolving things anymore, it became about scoring points, jumping to conclusions, name-calling, hitting below the belt." For Robyn, it wasn't just the arguments that signaled the beginning of the end, it was the absence of trust. She explained that the family dynamic began to shift into something more adversarial, where every disagreement felt like a battle. "If you're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other, what are you? Enemies?" Her words echo the growing sentiment among viewers and fans, that the emotional harmony which once held the family together had been replaced by bitterness and blame. And as tensions grew, so did jealousy, another major issue Robyn believes played a pivotal role in tearing them apart. There has long been speculation from fans and even family members that Robyn received more attention and affection from Kody than the other wives. The shift became especially obvious in 2014 when Kody made the controversial decision to legally divorce his first wife, Meri, in order to marry Robyn and adopt her children from a previous relationship. That decision caused ripples through the family. While the spiritual bonds remained intact, the legal shift left Meri, Janelle, and Christine feeling sidelined. For many, it was a clear indication that Robyn had become the favorite, and resentment began to fester. Christine, who was the first to leave the family, has since opened up about the emotional toll of that dynamic. "Robyn was up on this pedestal, and the rest of us were just lacking," she admitted. "I felt like I was lacking in that relationship." Christine also acknowledged that jealousy did creep in, and that it wasn't just one-sided. Kody, too, seemed to compare his wives, which in turn led them to compare themselves to each other. That toxic cycle of comparison, between the wives and within their own hearts, created a divide that was hard to overcome. The once cohesive family structure began to crumble under the weight of emotional disconnection, favoritism, and unresolved conflict. Now, Robyn finds herself as the sole remaining wife, yet even this relationship seems to be under strain. In the same episode, Kody expressed his own doubts and frustrations about their marriage, revealing that the fallout from the failed plural marriage has taken its toll on his relationship with Robyn, too. While Robyn still holds on to hope that the family could one day heal, the damage seems deep. The emotional scars left by years of conflict, jealousy, and favoritism continue to haunt those involved. Ultimately, Robyn believes that the demise of their plural marriage wasn't due to one major event but rather the slow erosion of trust, respect, and unity. What was once envisioned as a large, loving family rooted in faith and shared values, unraveled under the pressure of unspoken resentment and unresolved hurt. The Browns may have started their journey with high hopes and spiritual commitment, but their story has become a powerful, emotional testament to just how fragile love and unity can be when communication and trust begin to fade. One of Kody Brown's former wives recently opened up about the emotional toll of feeling sidelined in their plural marriage, particularly when it came to how Kody treated Robyn Brown. Reflecting on her experience, she admitted that her growing jealousy stemmed from her own insecurities and perceptions of favoritism. She described a painful dynamic in which Robyn appeared to receive more attention, care, and resources from Kody, while she herself felt like an afterthought. According to her, it wasn't just about how Kody acted, but how it made her feel in contrast to what Robyn seemed to be getting. Everything in Robyn's house felt better, she confessed. Her time with Kody, the things they had, the connection, it all just looked more whole. And in comparison, I felt like I was left with scraps. Scraps of time. Scraps of stuff. The emotional weight of that disparity, whether real or perceived, led to a rising sense of jealousy that eventually became hard to ignore. This former wife emphasized that her insecurities didn't come out of nowhere, they built up over time, fed by moments that made her feel like she was always competing for something she could never truly win. The effort to feel equally valued in a marriage with multiple wives was already a difficult challenge, but what made it more painful, she explained, was seeing what felt like special treatment toward Robyn. It became less about wanting more and more about wondering why she always felt like she had less. However, Kody Brown has a different view. He acknowledged the hurt but rejected the idea that Robyn received preferential treatment. When a relationship is united, you don't tend to keep scores much, he said in response. You've got a cloak of charity to put over this person that you love. Kody's statement suggests that he sees strong relationships as built on mutual understanding and love, not comparison or keeping track of who gets what. In his eyes, perhaps his bond with Robyn simply felt more natural or whole, and not necessarily unequal or unfair to the others. But for his ex-wife, that emotional imbalance, real or perceived, was deeply felt. This disconnect between Kody's perspective and his ex-wife's emotional experience highlights a major theme that has echoed throughout their time on Sister Wives: the difficulty of balancing affection, time, and emotional presence in a plural marriage. Even when intentions aren't malicious, the outcomes can still feel unequal. The candid confession from Kody's ex-wife adds another layer to the ongoing conversation about what really went wrong in their plural family. It wasn't just jealousy for jealousy's sake, it was the ache of feeling unseen and unloved in a system that was meant to provide support and unity. Her vulnerability speaks volumes about the quiet pain that built up behind the scenes, pain that no cloak of charity could fully cover. As Sister Wives continues, fans are likely to hear more stories like this, deeply personal truths that paint a fuller picture of what life was really like behind closed doors in the Brown family. As Sister Wives continues, fans are likely to hear more stories like this, deeply personal truths that paint a fuller picture of what life was really like behind closed doors in the Brown family.